Hey Tyler, I wanted to talk to you about the blog post. I went back in, was looking at blog post 1 to see if there's anybody that submitted later on after I'd graded it, and I found yours. And I'm trying to grade it, but there's an issue, which is that I don't have the link to your blog. You've never turned it into the Dropbox, which is where I'd like you to turn it in. There's in session 1 there were a couple places you were going to turn it into the blog link survey, which you filled out, but you didn't actually give me a link to your blog, so I've yet to see a blog for you. Can you please email me that as soon as you can? Um, and make sure that your blog post is actually on that blog, and then give me a link to it. I'm not ready to grade your first blog post because I don't think it's ready yet. And here's the main issue. This first paragraph, I mean, I didn't check word for word, but for the most part, it was just copied and pasted into your post, and that is, I mean, you can call it whatever you want. We can call it plagiarism, we can call it cheating. For me, I call it you're just rushing through your assignment, and you just need to figure out how to read things like this and then incorporate the idea in and try to put it in your own words for the most part. You can pick small pieces to quote and put quotation marks around them and say, according to blah, 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 you know, wherever you got this information. So please do that. Don't be just copying and pasting stuff like this, because that is a big no-no in your writing. Just not just here, of course, but in life. You know, we all get in trouble if we do that. Okay, so please just remove this from your blog post. Please send me your blog link, the link to your blog, so that I can actually grade it. And I'm just going to let you revise this post, remove this first passage that it's not your writing, and kind of tweak the post. I'm going to pause for a second and see if there's any other issues in here that I see that I would recommend that you work on. Okay, so here's an issue that a lot of you guys seem to commit in your writing. Let's look at this sentence right here. I feel that the education system here is a great one, comma. It does, however, need some work, but we still live in the greatest county in the world full of opportunities for advancement. Okay, so I know what you're trying to say there, but that could be 3 sentences. I feel that the education system here is a great one, period. Without that period there, this turns it into a run-on sentence where you just put a comma there, and then you're launching into another sentence here. So just put a period there. Start this as a new sentence. It does, however, need some work. Ideally, you would put commas around however. You'd say it does, comma, however, comma, needs some work. But you can also get away with not doing it. That's one of those little fuzzy things where it's like some people would say yes, you need commas. A lot of people would say yes, you need commas. A few people would say no, you don't, and both could be right. Okay, so this is your new sentence. It does, however, need some work, but we still live in the greatest county in the world full of opportunities for advancement. You need to put a comma here because these are 2 independent clauses separated by this coordinating conjunction but. But even if I saw this sentence without that comma there, I promise you I wouldn't flip out, but I am just calling that out right now just to help you out. Make sure that you pay attention to commas. I'm going to give you a link to the OWL writing workshop on commas. I think it's a really great website for reviewing grammar rules. And I'm always going to OWL to check my own writing to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because that's how the world works. You know, even though we don't always see it, writing is such a central part to everything that we do, everything we admire. There's always some good writing behind it. I mean, I think I've said this somewhere else in the class, but I mean, even great music, you know, there's great writing behind it. It's messaging. It's about getting your message out, writing it well in a way that appeals and sort of follows the rules of that format. So like a song might have comma splices in it, and that's okay, but it follows the rules for that format. It maybe breaks a few of them, but anyway, I think you get my point. Let me pause you and see if there's any other suggestions I can make here. The other thing I would probably say is I saw a couple more errors, sort of like the one I pointed out just a moment ago about how you need to kind of break some of these longer sentences up. Anytime you have a long sentence that says a lot, you might ask yourself, should I break this up into more sentences, or does it need more punctuation somehow? Okay, so the other thing is just being careful about what words you choose. Like, I know county, you meant country. And then this is a very common mistake that a lot of students make. Where did it go? It's the word defiantly. I lost it. There it is. Okay, so they have taken in regards to educating their youth is definitely working. So it's definitely. So that's the word you meant to put there, and try to undo that um, that habit. It's probably a habit. It's probably worked for you for years, but really you need to say definitely. Defiantly means when somebody's defiant, I think it's like they're a little bit irritated and they're maybe a little bit rebellious. So it's not the word you meant there. So just be aware of that. That may be something that you do frequently in your writing, and let's go ahead and nip that in the bud if you do. So I've made a few suggestions. Overall, I really appreciate the sentiments of your post. I really like the way you ended on these questions. It's a great way to end the post, things for us to think about. And so go ahead and make sure that this is on your blog. Make sure you remove this paragraph somebody else wrote. And if you incorporate ideas of other people, you need to be quoting it, okay? And next time I see that, I'm probably not going to be so sweet about it. But, you know, one time I can handle it because I do want to help you guys improve your writing. Alrighty, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.